Well, hey YouTube, how y'all doing? Okay, well, I got the pump out of this thing. Kind of wanted to show what kind of a grimy mess this sucker is. It's been leaking quite a bit, but I don't think it's as bad as I thought. Yeah, you can see down there with the light just that puddle of nastiness here. I'll give you a nice close-up if I can. I'm sorry, guys. I work off a really cheap equipment here. And my lighting's not going to help. There we go. Now you can kind of see that oily, gooey mess down there. I got to clean that up. Here, let me try to get the camera back where it's supposed to be. There we go. Sorry about that. See, I work with my operation is low budget when it comes to filming. Okay, so I'm going to clean that up. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to clean it, or paint it. I'm trying to, leave some margin for profit here. It's a great working machine. Like I say, it has been cobbled back together. It did freeze at one time. Hang on. Here, we'll just take you off the thing. There we go. Don't mind the shakiness. I'm sorry. But yeah, you can see there's a little rust on it here and there, and I say they have this whole outer cage. They pretty much redid, which actually didn't do a bad job, I don't think. It works. I would say it works very well. Let's see. That's the next thing. We're going to clean this up. And yeah, it's pretty nasty. Also, I kind of wanted to show you. Sometimes I need lighting in the shop, of course. It helps out tremendously. So what I did is, both my parents are nurses, and well, Dad ran across this old IV stand here, and yeah, it works wonderful for a lighting post. It's adjustable. I've got my old desk lamps, which are, in my opinion, worthless any other way. So I just drilled a couple holes in this 2x4, mounted it to the deal with some carriage bolts there, and so yeah, if for any reason you end up with an IV stand, they work out wonderful, and they're being thrown away all the time. I also use it when I use my Dremel. I hang my flex, when I use the flex shaft on the Dremel, I just hang the unit from this stand. It goes up quite a bit. I can take it all the way up to the ceiling pretty much. Also in my shop, speaking of medical equipment that comes in real handy, Dad brought home this old cart that the hospital out here was throwing away. I'll do a better video on this eventually. But yeah, he got it for free. Brought it home, and now I keep all my sanding stuff, hand sanders, and my orbital, and like I say, I'll do a much better video on this. I know the lighting's crap right now here, but I use keep all my adhesives and whatnot here. Down at the bottom, I got all my stains. It's a metal cabinet, so I know it's not locking, but it used to be. And there I keep all my upholstery staplers and jigsaw and various other implements of mass destruction. And this is just a junk drawer here. But on the back, got these handy dandy, I guess they were used, this is a medication cart from what I understand. So these had, little cups in them. And so this is where I store my Titebond. Right now I got the Titebond 3 in there, which, I tell you what, the Titebond 2 to me works really well. And of course, I'm not a big fan of WD products. I never have been, but this penetrant, it's, well, cheaper than PB Blaster, and it works fairly well. So I use this first, and then I use my PB Blaster. I'm a miser that way. Well, plus right now we're kind of hurting for money, like everybody in this country. Thank you, Obama. Sorry about that for those folks that like him. Alright, here's the pump. Like I say, I cleaned it up pretty good, and at first I thought it was the seals, there's little packing seals in here, and I thought that was my problem, because I noticed this looks milky to me right there. This is your oil checkpoint. But when I actually drained the oil out of the machine, it was clean as can be. And now that I've cleaned it up, I can tell it was just pretty much leaking from probably this gasket here on this side, and there's a O-ring down here on that deal. So that's what I'm hoping I can get that put back together. That shot of that 2-horse Balder, that is a great motor. Yeah. Shot of my mess, I'm sorry. Everybody's got a junk pile. Mine's kind of unorganized at this point, I know. And thank you. I'll have more later.